Going on, muln fans? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about the news. Let's talk about the charts. Let's talk about the day. Let's look at the ortex. Let's go over all that information. We'll keep it as brief as possible. But good news, you know, whenever DM said we could do production as soon as now, he actually meant those words. We can now see that he already had this in motion and knew it was going to come out probably during that interview. So he spoke those words with confidence, and this is awesome. This is, I mean, it's not huge, but at least it puts us into production. It puts some cars out there. It puts us in a spot where we can start turning some profits, hopefully get some cars on the road and start being competitive with some of those other companies that are out there that we were comparing ourselves to on that whiteboard. And we can go over some more of those details at a later date. I don't want to make this too long, but muln enters into agreement with Newgate Motor Group, one of Ireland's most recognized auto groups, to distribute muln iGo in Ireland and the United Kingdom. So the dealer group agrees to purchase 500 vehicles per year, appoints Newgate as the marketing, sales, distribution, and servicing agent for the muln iGo in Ireland and the UK. Newgate will purchase initial units of the iGo for vehicle demonstrations, marketing, and sales opportunities with potential customers. Expected delivery date for the muln iGo samples is December 20th, 2022. So it looks like we might actually do something this year. Just looking into Newgate just a little bit, it says Newgate Motor Group has over 40 years of experience in the motor industry and has built an excellent reputation during that time. They are well respected in the auto industry and represent several brands including Renault, Dacia, Kia, Mercedes-Benz. In addition to being a key retail group in Ireland, they also have substantial relationships in the vehicle distribution business throughout the United Kingdom and various parts of Europe. Newgate Motor Group also represents Xbus and Avetta electric vehicles from the German-based company Electric Brands. Nice. So we see that the iGo is muln's recently announced urban commercial delivery vehicle designed for that final mile or last mile, whatever they want to call it, delivery. And we know the price tag on that is pretty decent as well. Muln and Newgate will also enter into a dealer agreement which will encompass sales training, service training, flooring parts, warranty, and similar matters that an OEM would typically provide to its dealers. That agreement will also address the terms upon which Newgate Motor Group will purchase the initial units of the iGo for vehicle demonstrations and the 500 vehicles per year purchase order. And we already talked about the delivery date. Says it's a highly strategic partnership for muln, with Newgate being one of Ireland's most recognizable dealers for new and used vehicles. It brings us an incredible opportunity to enter the commercial EV market in Europe with a very successful retail group. Awesome. So let's see how all of that comes together. The short interest for the day coming in at 23.04%, live short interest of the free float, live short interest 77.24 million, cost to borrow average not very high, 9.87%. Let's see if some of them want to start making their way out. We got perfectly rejected off of the trend line that I wanted to get back up into this morning with the news. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I think muln held up amazingly well today as far as how the overall markets have performed. We were doing pretty good. I mean, we were outperforming the market there for a while, and it is what it is. I mean, we could have been hit a whole lot worse. If you guys watched the video yesterday, you would have known that I was a little bit bearish on NIO, especially with upcoming earnings. And the markets didn't help NIO either. So I hope some of you guys protected your accounts there with that comment. But we'll look into NIO maybe in the future. I just don't think it's ready or worthy of doing any videos on it right now. Right now we are holding in this area where we got some decent volume. So, you know, that 30 to 31 cent range, I guess we dropped out of there. Did we? Where are we at? 27.35. We did drop out of there. Okay. So now we're going to fight our way back up through it. But some of that volume did actually fill in nicely. We had some gaps up in here. Looks like some buyers are stepping in that 30 to 31 range now. It's not just all white. We've got a little bit more distance coming on it. Let's see how we kind of respond down here. I guess is going to be our range for right now, 26.5 to about 30 cents. We want to get back up and over that, see if we can. I do think it will. You know, a lot of people have been bearish on muln, or they haven't been too supportive of muln, I guess. And like I always say, we can play both sides of the fence, and I think for a while that was warranted, just because it was a startup company and they didn't really have everything in place. But now that they do, I think that narrative has to change. I just don't see how it can't change whenever we're actually going into production and we have the pieces together. So, I mean, some people just won't know any better, and they won't keep up on the news, so they're probably going to continue to be bearish. But in my opinion, I think everything that's coming out right now seems to be more of a bullish sentiment. That does, when I use the term bullish, it doesn't mean that we're going to moon. Just keep that in mind. But overall, I think the sentiment of the company needs to start morphing into more of a positive aspect, the way everything's been performing. We did lose our trend line, but like I said, the markets are just getting destroyed. I don't know if you guys have been looking today or not. Tesla hammered. How's NEO looking? NEO hammered. How's Fisker looking? Got hammered, but trying to get its strength back in it. What else is out there? Sin hammered. Man. So yeah, I mean, as far as the EV sector went, we were fighting. We were doing good this morning, and I mean, just the overall markets, they took over. So inflation day tomorrow, CPI data coming out in the morning, so keep an eye on that. We'll see how the market wants to respond. Probably correcting somewhat today, so we'll see a little bit more of that jockeying tomorrow, I'm sure. And do we think inflation's still high? Probably. Is the market pricing it in today? Hopefully. But it could be a little bit more downside. So I don't know if I would really let that factor into the price. If we're seeing the market just absolutely bleed today, possibly tomorrow, maybe even Friday, who knows? Maybe some of you guys will think it's a better chance to DCA, or a chance to get a new entry. I can't tell you what to do. I told you where I got in last time, and I'm down 3 cents. So it is what it is. So I won't tell you where to get in. But what are we looking at? This is a good region of support as far as our charts go for the last few days. RSI wise, RSI hanging out right at 50 on the 1 hour. Trying to 4 hours, just indecisive right now, but not in bull territory in my opinion. The 30-minute is coming down a little bit, so it's just playing with the markets. I like I said, don't put too much emphasis on what happened today. I think our news is what sustained us better than we would have been if we didn't get that news. So I think the interest is still there, obviously, and we got some decent news moving forward, which is solid, and let's just go from there. I hope you guys had a good day in the markets. I had to record this video early. I have some appointments to get to, so it'll be out there though for you guys, and I appreciate you all coming back. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so that you don't miss any of the updates. I try to do one daily. So if you want to, you can ding that notification bell or whatever. I don't post a whole lot of videos. I won't bother you too bad. But I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.